Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope everyone is doing good. Hope you've all had a nice weekend. Wherever you may be, it's been gorgeous here. T-shirt weather, which is, extraordinary really when you think about where we are. 24th of February. I literally walked around all afternoon in a T-shirt, which is amazing. I took a woolly hat out with me and I lost it, which is not so amazing. But there you go. Blimey, you guys turned up quick. Hi, Sue. How are we doing? Hi, Josip. Hi, Jan or Jan. Hi, Joseph. How you guys doing? Hi, Steve. So I'm going to do a trade idea for you guys this week and give people a couple of minutes to get on. And I'm going to drop it in YouTube. And the reason I'm going to drop it in YouTube is because my YouTube channel is pretty sparse, doesn't get a huge amount of traffic, and I don't trust Facebook long-term to allow me to get my videos and my messages and my training out to people. So I need other avenues to, help people, basically. I mean, I can post a video on Facebook now and hardly anybody sees it, especially now that it has to be transparent Forex trading and not Paul Edward. So the numbers have reduced drastically, which means I can't help so many people. So I'm going to put it on YouTube. And I also wanted to remind people, I know some of you already have signed up for the free training. It is free. There's over 2.5 hours of content on here. Just put your name and your email address in here. Click on Access Now, and you come to a thank you page. On that thank you page is a button that would take you directly to the training. Please make the page a favorite, bookmark it so you can find it again, but you will receive an email with the link in that as well. Okay. Keep hold of it because I may change the content over time. I may drop nuggets in here from the academy to give you guys additional training every now and again. So do keep an eye, but I will let you know. I'm not just going to randomly switch stuff about and not tell you guys. So with that said, let's see how many people we've got on. Okay, so we're going to look at NZD-USD. Now, NZD-USD is one of the pairs that we're looking at, that we're following in the academy this week. So what we do is, or what I do, every weekend, once the market is closed, I go through all the different currency pairs and I choose my favorites that I want to keep an eye on over the course of the week. And then I post them in the Academy Facebook group where members can keep an eye on them as well. And all of these trade ideas are on the daily time frame. And the reason I do that is because if I put, trades from the 15-minute time frame, by the time people saw the entire video, them trade ideas might be gone. And also, because the market is closed on a Saturday, by the time the market opens on the Sunday, it could open with a gap, and therefore that short-term trade is no longer valid. So we always look over the weekend on the long-term trades, and then throughout the course of the week, we drill down and look at lower time frame trades as well, and they get dropped in the Academy Facebook group as well. I'll just show you that quickly. So you can see in here, so this you get access to when you join the Academy, and you can see members can post their own trades in here as well, and then I'll pop in and I'll give my thoughts and opinions on it. Other members can put their thoughts and ideas as well, because we've got some good traders in here now. And the idea is that we're building a community of traders in an environment where the training is high quality and you're not being sold, a random amount of products. I don't turn around next week and start selling you slimming pills or, magic diet powder or whatever, So, with that being said, let's crack on with NZD USD. So, daily time frame. And as always, we mark our highs, we mark our lows. So, I'm going to take a horizontal line. We're going to mark around there. So remember, it's not always 100% precise. I like to go from the body of a couple of candles and incorporate the wicks, kind of like that. We can drop to the line chart and we can see, that it's been tested as support and as resistance, okay? I'm going to do that. So obviously the line chart is drawn from closed candle data, okay? So it doesn't include the wicks. It's drawn based on where the candles closed and new candles were formed. So you can see we've got a few wicks still. But that's fine, I like that. So now we've got our resistance area drawn. We're going to go and find our low. We're going to mark our low down here. And again, you can make this a zone 2. So already we've trapped the market just with support and resistance. Now, if we take a trend line, we can take a trend line from our swing low up to here. Yes, we've got this, long wick that kind of breaks it up a bit, but I'm not overly concerned with that. And we can also draw from our swing high here down as well. So now we've tracked price between our trend line, our areas of resistance, and our secondary trend line from the swing low up to the resistance area. So now price can't go very far without us knowing what it's going to do. First thing I see on the daily time frame is that, a double top. Now, it's kind of moved sideways a bit more than I would like. And it may continue. It may continue to move within here for a bit longer before eventually dropping. Okay? If we're going to be conservative, then we want to see our neckline broken before we enter for a sell. If you want to be a bit more aggressive, then maybe you could take your trade based off of the trend line rejection or your resistance here, depending on where price opens. If it pushes up to this area here, that may still come straight back down. It may bounce off of our trend line and head up. We don't know, but what we're looking for is that move down. Okay. Always remember that we don't try to be correct when it comes to trading. What we try to do is map out where the market can go, the possibilities. So, let's not use that one. Let's map out the possibilities of where the market could go. So it could come down to our trend line. One more time. Come up. Oh, come on. And push up. And continue up. But that would kind of eliminate completely this move down to support. And also, you know, if it comes down to here, I knew I was going to do that. And then up, we've got a nice W forming. Okay? Apologies, the drawing's a bit rough. So really looking for price to come back down a bit lower, down to our support. Okay, so that is on the daily time frame. Okay, that's what one of the potential scenarios of what could happen. Price could break through. Retest and drop. Retest here again and drop. Okay, that I would say is what it should do. What it could do is it could test our trend line, okay, and then drop. What it shouldn't do is it shouldn't break through, retest, and head back up to this area around here. Okay, so what it should do, what it could do, and what it shouldn't do. Okay, and then you respond according to how the market moves, not have a guess. Because when you guess, you're gambling. When you're gambling, you lose. Make sure you have a journal. In the free training that became available at the weekend, I teach you how to have a journal, one of the methods of creating a decent journal. And that's just by using TradingView. And that's, you can just publish your trades, but you still lock them so you make them private and you can update them, etc., etc. Or you can use, I have software called Snagit, S-N-A-G-I-T. It's not the cheapest, but it's not massively expensive. And it's great for taking like short videos and screenshots, etc., etc. And you can take screenshots of your trades and then put them in a Word document and then comments underneath, where you entered, why you entered there, what you were looking for, how many pips you were looking for, etc. Right, let's go down to the lower time frame now. Tidy up a bit. So we've got our basics down. Come on. Let's now look at the lower time frames and see what we can see. So you can just start to draw everything tighter on the lower time frames. We go down to the 1 hour and we just remove everything. The beauty of hiding things is that you can bring them back. Right, so we're now on the 1 hour and we can start our markup process all over again. Okay, so now start the process again. And mark our support. We're going to mark our resistance. I actually like to use Porter's theory. It's a great way to mark your charts up. I did not want that. These mouse pads are a nightmare. Okay. So we've now moved up. So we go up in 500s. So 69500, 69000. The next one would be 0.68500. There is actually an indicator, again, that I teach you about in the new free training, but it doesn't work on weekends, so you can't actually see it working until after 10 o'clock. And I'm not doing videos at 10 o'clock. Okay, so we've marked our resistance areas, our support. I mean, we could go down further. I'm just for speed, I'm going to come and mark down here, out there. Of course, you can use your line chart, which is a great way to confirm, areas of support and resistance. We like to try and get support, resistance, 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 and we could scroll further back. So a nice strong area to put our support and resistance at. So now I'm going to draw any trend lines that we might feel is necessary. We could go from here across, like so. So we've got a nice flag forming. It could come down and back up to retest. We've kind of got a head and shoulders pattern forming. So here's the head, here's the first shoulder, here's the head, here's the second shoulder over there. Sorry, not very good drawing. And down. So all of this here would be the head, shoulder, second shoulder. And then price should drop back down to support. which would be, if we now go market up, just to be able to see it clearly, down here, back to our daily, back down to here. Yeah, it could, because there's your shoulder, there's your head, possibly there's your second shoulder. It could even come down to here. Or even down to this wick as well, as this one did, and move back up. So that's what we're looking for. Go back to the 1 hour again. Tidy some of this up. There's our support. There's our resistance. We will draw our trend line, like so. Now, if we look at our indicators, when price was up here testing our trend line, it was almost overbought. Okay, not quite, but almost. If we have a look, we can see from this swing high to this swing high, the market is heading down. And yet if we go to RSI, it's pretty much straight, if anything, heading down. So slightly down. So not a huge amount of divergence, but a little. Okay. Put our Bollinger Bands on. We can see it's just floating around in the middle at the moment. What we want to see is price up here or down here in our Bollinger Bands for additional confirmation. Okay, so it may well be that you wait to see if price comes back down here and you get your confirmation here, or it may push up back to our resistance area and it, again, be in a overbought status. Take our fibs, we go from our high down to our low. We can see that that's just shy of the 78.6. So we could get just a slight shallow move back and a push back up. Okay, so again, it's just a matter of what could, what should, and what shouldn't happen. Okay, don't blindly go into thinking, you know, one thing or another, because that's when you end up getting bitten. Even take a trend line from there. Yeah, Just. So, you know, it could even come shy of our resistance area, but break this one, come up and drop, and we'd still get our head and shoulders if we include this as a head. And see the market drop either down to here or preferably right down to support down here. Bear in mind, guys, you know, that this was originally drawn on the daily time frame. So this is not going to happen tomorrow. You know, these things take time to play out. Which is why patience is so key. See that? Just map it out. Map the possibilities out and then follow the market to get your entries. You do that, it's as easy as falling off a log. So we don't trade in the middle, we trade off of support, we trade away from resistance. We do not trade the middle. And you stick to them rules, you won't go far wrong. Okay, so that about wraps this up. I will drop this on YouTube. As soon as I've grabbed some screenshots, it will be deleted from my profile. So, you know, take some notes before it disappears. But it will go on my YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is in the post. The link to the free training is in the post. Okay. I did another training yesterday, and I think it was GU, I think. So look on my profile for that. So that's 2 trades for you guys this week, okay? Academy members, the main video, the analysis for the week, I dropped in here today because I didn't have time to put it in the members area. I actually went golfing with my dad, and I hadn't played golf in 26 years. And I went out today and I surprised myself actually, but I've now got a hole in my hand because I didn't have a glove, and I'm not used to hitting as many golf balls as I did. So yeah, nice hole now, but that'll be okay. A couple of days I'll be back out again. So, and it was gorgeous. The weather was gorgeous. So that was the reason why you never got it in the membership area, because I was playing golf. But you did get it in here. Okay? So questions, comments on that, let me know, guys. Any analysis that comes up throughout the course of the week will be dropped in here as well. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hope you've all had a great one. Golf day, possibly. What, a members only golf outing? Sounds like a plan. I need some practice. Take care, guys. Have a nice weekend, and see you all tomorrow. Tell me something, boy.